alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. According to our program, and we need to go for the program, and all of us who are Ahmadis know that we start our program with recitation from the Holy Quran. And to do this, I will call on Hafiz Abdul Basit Ibori to come and recite the Holy Quran, the translation for us.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقل الحق من ربكم فمن شاء فليؤمن ومن شاء فليكفر. إنا أعتدنا للظالمين نارا أحاط بهم سرادقها وإن يستغيثوا يغاثوا بماء كالمهل يشوي الوجوه بئس الشراب وساءت مرتفقا. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات إنا لا نضيع أجر من أحسن عملا. أولئك لهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتهم الأنهار يحلون فيها من أساور من ذهب ويلبسون ثيابا خضرا من سندس وإستبرق متكئين فيها على الأرائك نعم الثواب وحسنت مرتفقا. واضرب لهم مثلا الرجلين جعلنا لأحدهما جنتين من أعناب وحففناهما بنخل وجعلنا بينهما زرعا. كلتا الجنتين آتت أكلها ولم تظلم منه شيئا وفجرنا خلالهما نهرا وكان له ثمر فقال لصاحبه وهو يحاوره أنا أكثر منك مالا وأعز نفرا. ودخل جنته وهو ظالم لنفسه قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه قال ما أظن لنجدن خيرا منها منقلبا. And say, this is the truth from your Lord. Wherefore let him who will believe, and let him who will disbelieve. Verily we have prepared for the wrongdoers a fire whose flaming canopy shall enclose them. And if they cry for help, they will be helped with water like molten lead, which will burn their faces. How dreadful the dream, and how evil is the fire as the resting place. Verily, those who believe and do good works, surely we suffer not the reward of those who do good works to be lost. It is these who will have gardens of eternity beneath which streams shall flow. They will be adorned therein with bracelets of gold, and will wear green garments of fine silk and heavy brocade, reclining therein upon waste couches. How good the reward, and how excellent the place of rest. And set forth to them a parable of two men. One of them we provided with 2 gardens of grapes, and surrounded them with date palms, and between the two we placed cornfields. Each of the gardens yielded its fruit in abundance, and failed not the least therein. And in between the two we caused a stream to flow, and he had fruit in abundance. And he said to his companion, arguing boastfully with him, I am richer than thou in wealth, and stronger in respect of men. And he entered the garden, and he entered his garden. While he was wronging his soul, he said, I do not think this will ever perish, and I do not think the hour will ever come. And even if I am ever brought back to my Lord, I shall surely find a better result than this. His companion said to him, while he was arguing with him, dost thou disbelieve in him who created thee from dust, then from a sperm drop, then fashioned thee into a perfect man? For as for me, I believe that Allah alone is my Lord, and I will not associate anything with him. And why didst thou not say, when thou didst enter thy garden, only that which Allah wills comes to pass? There is no power save in Allah. If thou seest me as less than thee in riches and in offspring, perhaps my Lord will give me something better than thy garden, and will send on it a thunderbolt from heaven, so that it will become a bare slippery ground. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We thank Allah Hafiz for that wonderful rendition of the Holy Quran. So next I call on Missionary Adetono Rigalunda, who will chant the Qasida for us. Missionary Sir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
هذه القصيدة أنيقة رشيقة مملوءة من اللطائف الأدبية والفرائد العربية من منظومات حضرة إمام المهدي القادياني عليه الصلاة والسلام. لقد أرسلت من رب كريم رحيم عند طوفان الضلال، بمطلع على أسرار بالي، بعالم أيبتي في كل حال، بوجه قد رأى عشار قلبي، بمستمع لصرخي في الليالي. لقد أرسلت من رب كريم رحيم عند طوفان الضلال، وقد أعطيت برهانا كرمح وثقفناه تثقيف العوالي. لقد أرسلت من رب كريم رحيم عند طوفان
فلا تقف الظنون بغير علم وخف أخذ المحاسب ذي الجلال لقد أرسلت من رب كريم رحيم عند طوفان الضلال تعال إلى الهدى ذلا خضوعا إلى ما تكتسي ثوب الدلال لقد أرسلت من رب كريم رحيم عند طوفان الضلال سهامي لا تطيش بوقت حرب وسيفي لا يفر من النضال لقد أرسلت من رب كريم رحيم عند طوفان الضلال. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you very much, John Staff. For those who are not Ahmadis, Qasida is the poem, collection of poems written by Hazrat Muhammad alayhi salam in honor of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, extolling his virtues. And it's part of our, a tradition in all our events, not only to read it, but also to extol the virtues of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So thank you very much for that beautiful rendition. And the next item on our program is the welcome address that is going to be delivered. Oh, right, sorry, I have to break, sorry. Opening prayer by our Multi Rana Akram Sahib.
Surah Fatihah and Salatul Nabi Muhammad. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. آمين.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. While the recitation of the Quran was going on, the guest lecturer for the day came in. That is Mr. Fasson from National Directorate of Employment. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. So we quickly now go on to the welcome address by the legislative president, Alhaji Bola Yusuf Said.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. The Amir Sahib, ably represented by Dr. Abdulateef Bustari, the chairman of the National Planning Committee of this program, our lecturers and guests on the high table, our distinguished participants from all over Nigeria. It gives me a great honor to welcome you all to this August occasion. And it is all thanks to Almighty Allah for journey mercies to every one of us. I want to quickly thank the leadership of the Jamaat and the Department of Senator Tijara, who are the main organizer of this seminar, to thank them for giving us at this circuit, that is Ilorin, the opportunity to host this very important workshop. The uniqueness of this program cannot be overemphasized, as it is aimed at empowering the participants in agribusiness with practical technical know-how which can assist them to set up and equip them with profit management of various production enterprises and so on and so forth. It is therefore my hope and prayer that the participants will make the best use of this advantage and grab as much as possible knowledge so that they will be self-sufficient as individuals and by extension even be employers of labor in this laudable program, that is Agric. You will agree with me that the federal government itself is clamoring on going back to farm. And I think to a certain extent the government is doing fairly okay in that respect. So it gladdens one's mind that Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Nigeria is towing that line, and that is why this workshop is being put in place for the benefit of our members across the nation. Let me use this opportunity to thank members of the local organizing committee, our Lajna members, and all of you that have contributed one thing or the other to the success of this workshop so far. I hope you not relent in your efforts so that come Sunday this week, we will all have cause to thank Almighty Allah for seeing us through. Once more, you are all welcome to Ilorin, the capital city of the state of harmony. I hope you have felt yourself the taste of this hospitality we are known for throughout the country. Once again, you are most welcome. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, the Secretary President of the Ilorin Circuit, for that welcome address. So now we are gradually getting into the heart of the matter. It's necessary that we understand what the objectives of our gathering here, what they are. Some may not know exactly, or some may have some other ideas about what this is all about. So I want to call on the National Secretary for Ziraat, Professor the agriculture program that we have gathered here today for. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The chairman of today's session, the Amir Sahab, ably represented by Dr. Latif Busari, the Central Missionary for Kwara State, the Circuit President, other distinguished members of the platform, distinguished participants at this workshop. Once again, I greet you by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To highlight and possibly discuss the aims and objectives of this workshop. We are all aware of the important leverage agriculture have in terms of empowerment, especially in view of the peculiarity of African society that we are in. It is on this note that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat deem it fit to focus on agripreneurship as one of the means for empowerment of the teaming members of the Jamaat. This is in response to the dwindling economic fortune experience of late. The need for this workshop becomes imperative. The Jamaatul Ahmadiyya desire through this workshop to provide for members to create jobs and become entrepreneurs on their own. We equally intend to link together, because when you have a kind of a boot camp like this, the possibility to bring together members from different parts of the country is there, to share ideas. Apart from listening to the lectures and presentations, the possibility to have interaction within each other is there. And you could also leverage on the need for partnership. You can consider what is in abundance in your own locality, which is possibly, of course, scarce in another locality. The need to come together. Let me just give a practical example. Maybe in my own area, Gari is in abundance. And in other area, even within the landscape of Nigeria, the same commodity may not be easily accessible. So we can think of possibility of inter-business, where you move from one locality to the other one. So we intend to link members together as business partners. We also intend to link together job seekers with employers. Of course, having acquired the expertise, it's not enough for you to claim to have a certificate in whatever areas. What is more important to entrepreneurs or business is your skill. So with this skill acquisition, you stand to seek greener pastures from those who might be willing to tap or utilize your expertise. It is also intended to create platform for Ahmadis in business to share business ideas, which of course I have explained in details earlier on. We also intend to create platforms for Ahmadis in government or in the private sector or public sectors to be able to have a synergy by sharing information, vital information. Because, you know, those of members who are close to the corridor of power may be aware of the possibility of a policy in a particular area of the economy. And coming home to share it will give us a leverage to be able to tap into that. It's also intended to create a database for unemployed members and for possible placement assistance. And of course, to create business opportunities for deserving members. This type of thing we are trying to do, as we are also aiming at, even in Nigeria very soon, we'll also be creating that platform for members outside Nigeria to also tap into. So that's part of the objectives for this committee. To organize vocational training for youth empowerment, which of course this is a flagship in that. This training is intended to make you acquire the necessary skill, the necessary expertise that will make you to have an on and start on your own, no matter how small, and the possibility of scaling up is there. You know, of course, what you wanted to intend to do with about 10 million naira, it is worthwhile for you to start doing with 10,000 naira. It will be easy for you to have learned your mistakes when you are doing it at the lower level, so that by the time you have access, you know, because really it is not lack of fund that is basically the problem with business setup, whereas it is actually the dearth of expertise to manage business. So this is intended to enable us to be managers in our own outright and be able to scale up, so that with the expertise, if you are given opportunity to handle a huge amount of resources, it will not just go down the drain. Of course, trying to also organize any other activities. It is with this background that this particular program is being conceived. And you can see we have partnered with relevant government agencies to come and get us certified. You are all aware of the various opportunities the government are turning out day by day. These opportunities will not just get to us if we don't get prepared for it. Most of these, even the grants that government are actually disbursing now, they are tied to expertise from relevant agencies accredited by government. So we are lucky we have enjoyed this type of partnership with government accredited agencies in this workshop that we're having right now. And we have an assurance that with your certificate of participation from these accredited government agencies, you stand a good chance to be able to compete favorably and get government grant to set up and start doing something meaningfully. It's our prayer that we'll all take advantage of this, and we will be able to enhance our future, which is of course in our hand. With this, I hope I've been able to discuss briefly the aims and objectives of this workshop. On this note, I wanted to welcome our collaborators from government agencies and thank them very much for the forbearing spirit and coming to heed our call. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Letting us understand what this workshop is all about. As you can see, there is a lot of expectations that the Jamaat is looking forward to for those of you that are lucky to participate in this workshop. So I now have the pleasure to call on Mr. Sumanu to give the good message from National Directorate of Employment.
On behalf of the State Coordinator, National Directorate of Employment, the person of Engineer Haba Omachoko Timothy. My HOD in his absentia, he's supposed to be here, but he's not here. Also, please permit me to duly observe all the protocols. I want to thank the organizer of this program, Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Nigeria. I'm thanking you because what you are doing here today is more or less like promoting our mandate. What is that, our mandate? We were created, like I said, National Directorate of Employment. That is our agency. We are created to design and implement programs aimed at combating mass unemployment in Nigeria through different programs. We have vocational skill development programs. We have special public work. We have small-scale enterprises programs, and we have agricultural program. And through that, once again, I want to appreciate your collaboration. I want to appreciate you for collaborating with us. I'm from the department, agricultural department. Now, we all know that government cannot provide government employment for everybody. That was why we are created, to provide a kind of a self-employment for people. And through that, there will be indirect employment. What do I mean by indirect employment? You are very lucky to be here. Because if you take this thing seriously, you are going to be employers of laborers. Please take it very, very seriously. I want to believe that you are not paid for this program. I want to believe that. You are not paid. This program you are here to benefit from is a program you are supposed to pay thousands of naira for. And the only agency or the only body that can do that for you is National Directorate of Employment. Now we are having another body that can do it, which is Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Nigeria. So you are very lucky. We train people on agriculture. We empower people to establish their business. And I want to encourage the organizer, please, as much as possible, when we finish this training, please try to empower the trainee. Please. Because that is one of the challenges. One of the challenges that we have been facing in our directorate until now. We train a lot of people. In our own department, every year we train more than 100 people. In this state, not in Nigeria. So multiply 100 by 36. Now, and I told you that we have 4 programs, departments, that I mentioned earlier. They too, they do the same thing. But in the past, when we train these people, after some time, we see them roaming the street aimlessly because you train them. Just like you go to school, you are not provided employment. So what's the essence? So you train them, you don't empower them. But we write, you do all sorts of things to government, they hear our cry, and they start doing our bidding by providing what? Empowerment. They started with 50,000 naira. Now we have graduated 100,000, 500,000. That's what we are talking about. Apart from that, the secretary made mention of something the other time. You can get a loan to the tune of 10 million through our directorate. Because you are going to be certificated at the end of the day by our directorate. And this certificate will qualify you to get loan from CBN. Once you have that certificate and you have a worthwhile business plan, feasibility study report, because that's where some people are having bottleneck. Once it is well written and it is well defended, definitely the money is very, very there for you. Government is saying this money is there, but people are not ready to access this money. Why? Because some people, they are not interested in what? In the what? In the, how will I put it? In the business. What they are interested in is what? That money. Once you give them the money, they divert it to do other things. So that is why once you start the process, this is not the process of you have to know somebody. No. You write your feasibility study report, they will send it to your phone, whether what you write is good or not. We have red, we have yellow, we have green. Red pointer will show you that what you wrote is nothing. Yellow is you are close to it. Green is you are what? You are qualified for that business plan. Then your certificates. Then you defend it. Your scores. When you defend, they will call you. Okay, you write this business plan right. Okay, come and defend it. You are in. You want us to give you 10 million. How are you going to utilize this? Okay, you are going to poultry business. How many pens do you need? That is where there is problem. That's where we normally have problem. Okay, you need up to 50 pens. How many bed? What about the feed? How many bag of feed? Because these people that you are still there, they are experts. If you want to rear, let's say 50 bed, they know the bag of feed that will be enough for them. So if you now come, let's assume it is 10 bags that will be enough for them, and you now come that, oh, don't worry, I'll buy 50 bags. It's okay, there's no problem, you can go. This one is not ready. So that is why one of the courses that you will be taking, that you will be enjoying here is business plan and entrepreneurship. Though 2 weeks is not enough to train you to be able to write a very good feasibility study report. It's not enough. Not to talk of just one day. But by the time we take you through the course, maybe if you give that feasibility study report to somebody to write for you, you understand? At the end of the day, you'll be able to interpret it yourself. The cash flow, the content in the cash flow. In 5 years' time, your business, how is it going to look like? Are you going to collapse? Or are you going to be on your feet? So we are going to be taking you through the business plan, and that one will take care of that, because I'll be very happy if more than 50% of the honorable people that are here are able to access this loan. I'll be very, very happy. So, I want to encourage you, the trainee, please, and please, you are here for a business. And the business is that whatever you are taught here, please and please be attentive and try to be well versed in it. We have qualified people that will be taking you. We have people somebody that will take you poultry, fishery. We are talking about fish processing, fish rearing, and fish smoking. We have somebody that will take you animal husbandry. We have somebody that will take you vegetable gardening and arable farming. These people, they are the people we used in our directorate. They are qualified, they are experienced, they are well versed. Please take this training very, very seriously. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sumano. Let me have, please. Thank you so much, Mr. Sumano. You will notice that in our Jamaat, we do not clap, for people, but we appreciate all you have said, and I'm sure that our participants are beginning to see what they stand to gain from, taking the trouble from their various circuits, Jamaats all over Nigeria to come here today. So thank you so much, and I hope that they will take all your words of advice to heart. Since we still haven't gotten somebody from the National Stock Product Research Institute, I think it's now time for the Amir Sahib to deliver his address to this August gathering. So I will put down my own cap and wear Amir's cap for the next few minutes while I deliver his short address to the gathering. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. The Central Mubalik, Maulvi Akram, the Circuit President that has just stepped out, Alhaji Bola Yusuf, the National Secretary, Zirat, Professor Rahman Abdullah, the National Secretary, Sanatu Tijarat, my brother Bashir Ghazal, our distinguished collaborators from the various agencies, from ND particularly that is here with us, and those that we also expect will join us in the course of this program. The respected participants, I understand as we have you, the men down here, we also have the women the females back up there, probably even more than the men that we have there. I welcome all of you to this workshop. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me start by first expressing our gratitude to Allah for granting all of us the grace to be here today. Those of you who fill the online forms for this workshop and you are following the progress as we are announcing it, know that at the end of the registration process, we had over 476 people that have applied. And it was a big, huge task for us to, cut down to the 200 that we thought we would be able to cater for. And so if you are among those 200, you should consider yourself very lucky. But to even be among the 200 is not enough. That Allah now allows you to also still be able to make it without anything to disturb your journey down here is something all of us have to thank Allah for. We can't thank Him enough for His grace, for His mercies on all of us, for even journey mercies from our various localities to this place. So we thank Allah. So on behalf of the National President, that's our Amir, Alhaji Abdulaziz Alatoye, I want to welcome all of you to this maiden edition of the workshop. We have already heard, both from Professor Abdullah and our brother Mr. Sumonu of the purpose of our gathering here and the need for all of us who are here to take it very, very seriously. We do not know when the next such opportunity will come. People have been asking me what is the unique thing about this workshop. We have been, attending several workshops, and I told them, just like Mr. Sumonu just reminded us, the unique thing about this is that you will be certificated. You will receive that certificate that opens new doors for those who may have that certificate. You may, if you are lucky, be able to get some internship in some farms. You also put yourself in pole position to also attract, loans and other grants that the federal government is, has out there, like the AXMIX form of the CBN. That is the unique thing about this. He just mentioned it. If you are trained and you know what you want to do, but you do not have the fund to do it, what does that amount to? And the Jamaat doesn't have really that fund to sponsor, to give you that you need to set up your businesses. If we are going to have to do that, we have to become central bank ourselves, And the number of people that need this kind of empowerment, I'm sure are much, much, much more than those of us gathered here. So, but we feel that if you could give you this opportunity to get trained, that then leaves you the chance to apply for those funds where those funds are. So that's the unique thing, and I think you would avail yourself the opportunity very well. But I want to talk on something else entirely that the Amir has reminded me. All of us who are members of the Jamaat will have heard the Amir talk about this again and again and again. And that is to the fact that when he just became Amir and visited His Holiness the Huzur Ayatollah Ta'ala bin Nasri Aziz, he gave him 3 directives. 3 directives. I will not go into the other 2. I'll just go to the one that is very relevant to our gathering here today. And that is that the Nigerian Jamaat, following what we regard ourselves as the giant of Africa, we should prove that giant stature by helping some other Jamaats in other neighboring countries around us financially. Why are we giants if we cannot assist, small Jamaats around us, like in Cameroon, like in Chad, like in Niger. But for us to be able to do that, we have to be financially capable ourselves. For us to be able to help other Jamaat, we have to be financially capable, we have to be financially independent. And as you all know, as members of the Jamaat, our Jamaat is not one that receives funds from Saudi Arabia or from Iran or from any of the other oil-rich countries. Every kobo that we spend in Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat comes from the sacrifices of you and I. Every kobo we spend. In fact, if you join our Jamaat, you should look forward to spending your money in the cause of Islam. The Jamaat is not where you join and they will be now sharing money to you. The money is not there. In fact, you are to spend your money in the cause of Islam. But we won't expect you to spend money on the cause of Islam if you don't have that money. And that is why it's important for us. Yeah, we can talk so much about, brother, you have not paid your chanda. You should increase the level of chanda. Your wasiya is low. We can say all that. But if you do not have the means, and we do not expect you to steal, how will you be able to do that? And that is why the Jamaat set up the National Sanato Tijarat Committee, of which yours truly is the chairman. And we are to assist all our members to empower them to be able to be gainfully employed. This is just one aspect of it. If you do know of job vacancies in any agencies, in any company, in whatever, we share it on our platform. Apply and pray. And we know that Ahmadis, we are, if I should borrow the term from our Christian brothers, we are prayer warriors. You know? So we'll share all those opportunities that we see. And just like Prof said the other time, another opportunity of this kind of workshop is that you can network, you know, with people not only within Nigeria, but even outside. And we are going to be rolling out programs, the committee, where you can network and share ideas with, that's the advantage of belonging to a global organization like Ahmadiyya. We have, membership cutting across 200 countries of the world, over 200 countries of the world. And an Ahmadi here is an Ahmadi anywhere. So if you do have that opportunity elsewhere, it should be open to you, to derive the maximum benefit. So financial independence is something that was a directive of His Holiness the Huzur, and Amir himself has passed it down to us. And that is why for you to be able to become financially capable, to be able to contribute yourself, contribute your own quota to the progress of the Jamaat, we need to ensure that you have, a profitable business, means of livelihood. Like I was saying, it's not only, becoming an entrepreneur. You can, apply to get paid jobs. You can, but the one that is better is this one that we are doing. The advantage there is not only that are you gainfully employed, you will also be able to employ others. That's the advantage. If you get a job in, say, Dangote or Mobile or whatever, you are just a staff there. You are an employee yourself. You can't employ another person. Except, of course, if you are higher up and they allow you to bring 1 or 2 people. But if you are the managing director of your own business, however small it is, and that I hope we know that the mainstay of every economy in the world is the SMEs, small and medium enterprises. It's not the big ones that are the mainstay. The big ones, the real mainstay of every economy are the small and medium enterprises, and that is the space that all of you here gathered are going to be operating in. All those things that you see produced, that you see made in China, most of them are produced, in backyard industry, shops, in the homes. Once you have the knowledge, and you have the raw materials, and you have the right government, processes, conducive environment for you to operate, you are on. So that's why I regard this one as even more important than someone that gets a job, a highly paid job in the bank. If you have a highly paid job in the bank, he's only benefiting himself, probably his family. But if he has a good business, a thriving business, then he can benefit many others around him. And that is why I think it's important that all of us take this serious. If at the end of the day, at the end of this workshop, we say we want 200, I don't know how many people have registered so far, even if it's only 50 people, only 50 that attend this workshop and make something out of it at the end of the day, it will have been well worth it. Because those 50, maybe they go around and employ 2 or 3. So see the multiplier effect. So I want to end by urging us, following what my people who have spoken before me have said, to take this very serious. Know that we are very lucky to be among those ones that have this opportunity, and take it serious, and also have the mindset to let it not end here. Let it not end here. Just like Prof said, a lot of people said that it's money. When you ask somebody your business, I couldn't get money to do the business. And we do know of many people that got the money and the business still flops if they do not have the wherewithal, the knowledge, the expertise, the skills. So both of them go together, So my prayer is that Allah will bless this effort. He will bless the effort we make in coming. He will bless the effort of those who are going to take us through the various courses that we are going to learn. And then we'll bless, when we have learned, we will bless whatever we put our hands on, so that all those multiplier effects that we are expecting, it really comes to pass. May Allah make it so. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I will remove the American that I don't. I can now go back to my, own car. And the next item is we have actually 3 more minutes to. We started at 9:55. Oh yes, I was going to apologize on behalf of us, the organizers. Really apologize for starting very, very late. We are very noted for our time consciousness. But then, of course, when you operate in an environment with all the challenges that we have, to get food is wahala, even if you have the money. Even if you have the money, to get from one place to the other. They are doing the bridge for us. We thank government for doing the bridge, but it's at the moment giving us a lot of trouble. Many people wanted to call. Our colleagues from ND here were, stuck up in the go-slow for almost an hour. So all this one added up to the delay in starting. So I want to apologize. It is not in our character to delay things. In fact, many people that were going to join us online and by Zoom, we couldn't admit them. They were saying, what is happening? You said you are going to start at 9, and they are trying to, join, and we couldn't be admitted into the meeting room because what are they joining? They have not started anything. So we really sincerely apologize and hope that once we go beyond the teething problems, we will have everything will normalize and stabilize. So we started 9:55. We are now 9:53. So I will just give the National Sanatu Tijara Secretary 2 minutes to do a small vote of thanks. The bigger vote of thanks will come in during the closing ceremony. So just do this so that we can round up this opening ceremony.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu وقدر والناس يسبح. Man proposes, but Allah disposes. For us to have been here today, we thank Allah Almighty for His mercies. They are so innumerable. We thank Him all the same. I will serve, illustrated by the ninth Amir of Najib Usari, Second Mubarak, our invited and special guests. We thank you very much for being here with us this morning. We appreciate you. And we allow Almighty appreciate you more than we are doing. Our participants here present, you are all appreciated. Sir, there is one thing I want you to notice, sir. An elderly man had this program on radio just 3 days ago. And he said he has been looking for his Muslim body who will do this type of program so that he can come and benefit from it and also join them. Is that true, sir? Baba, please. Ewa salam wasile, sir. Ewa salam wasile.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, sir. He had on radio and he said he wants to join the program and be a member of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat as well. And be here. Yes, okay. So, having said that, once more, we are all appreciated for being here. And I pray that our being here should not be in vain. When we go back to our experience places, I pray that what we learned here should be put in practice to win Allah's mercy and His favors, now and always. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. So we now say the closing prayer. Maybe our friends here will notice that the way we say our prayer is that we often say silent prayers, especially when we have people of other faiths in the same congregation with us. And that is to allow them to say the prayer in their own way, in their own language, the way they normally say their prayer. And we too will say it in our own way. So let us please join me in closing prayer. Silent prayer, please. Ameen. Jazakumullah khairan.